Hello friends, this is something I hadn't seen before during this war. A heavy Ukrainian Baba Yaga drone survives a direct hit from an interceptor drone of the invaders, which is clearly visible when it crashes into the defender's craft. While heavy drones of this type have reinforced structures, distributed motor systems, and significant structural redundancy, it also helped that the explosion did not cause significant damage, so that bird will be able to fight another day. This is not good news, since in the Black Sea, the Turkish bulk carrier Golden Leo, which was severely damaged by a Russian cruise missile attack on July 19th, while transporting a cargo of Ukrainian corn, it finally sank in the Black Sea off the coast of Odessa on Sunday, July 26, according to Ukrainian maritime authorities. The ship, flying the flag of Guinea-Bissau, became stranded on the seabed at an approximate depth of 22 to 24 meters after suffering progressive flooding due to severe damage to the hull and surface superstructure of the vessel, causing it to lose control and sink. The Golden Leo was leaving the port of Chornomorsk through the Ukrainian maritime corridor when it was hit by 3 Russian Kh-59 cruise missiles. The attack caused a fire that damaged the bridge area and claimed the lives of 9 crew members and a Ukrainian harbor pilot. Another 8 sailors were rescued and successfully evacuated. The ship, loaded with corn, destined for international markets, drifted for a week in relatively calm waters before capsizing and sinking bow first within sight of the Ukrainian coast. Russia is blocking access to the port of Odessa, attacking port facilities and any ship that approaches that destination. As we watch a new weekly video from the 414th Makeshift Birds Brigade attending to a new generation of illegal visitors, I wanted to tell you that preparations for a new wave of mobilization are already underway in Mordor, and Pudler has just granted the Ministry of Defense and the Russian National Guard access to civil registry data, so they will be able to obtain information from the registry. Supposedly, this is to promptly provide social guarantees and corresponding compensations to military personnel, veterans, and their families. Additionally, the data will help speed up updates to the military service registry. The call for mobilization is planned for the fall, given the notable lack of enthusiasm and patriotic fervor among the Z population, which has made it impossible to recruit the necessary contingent of soldiers through regular conscription. In fact, during the first quarter of 2026, the influx of new recruits in Moscow and the regions decreased by an average of 33% compared to the same period in 2025. This has already caused a deficit of approximately 5% in the annual conscription plan for mandatory military service, whereas in previous years, those targets were easily met with volunteers. To maintain the pace of the offensive at the front, the Russian command had to reduce the number of divisions being formed in the strategic reserve, and instead those men are being sent to the front to replenish losses in already existing units and formations. In June of this year, there were reports of specialized training sessions for Russian officials from various regions on the different administrative aspects of mass mobilization. After seeing how Ukrainians treat the invaders, I suggest Ivan at least give them indigenous protection systems and the new recruits to see if they last more than the current average lifespan of 20 minutes now. On the political front, in an important gesture from the newly appointed Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Andy Burnham, he received President Zelensky on July 27 for their first in-person meeting at the Portsmouth Naval Base, with the imposing silhouette of the British aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth as a backdrop. and which marked Burnham's first bilateral meeting with a foreign leader, just 1 week after taking office on July 20, 2026, succeeding Kate Starmer. Zelensky was also visiting the more than 200 Ukrainian sailors who had just completed their participation in the multinational exercise Seabreeze, which is a naval exercise where more than 15 nations took part, practicing mine warfare and simulating operations in the Black Sea. Prime Minister Burnham stated that his government is 100% committed to the Ukrainian cause and will fully honor all commitments made to their cause. A central aspect of the day's announcements was the transfer of intellectual property rights for the Stone Cloak system, a compact electronic warfare device about the size of a tablet that has already been tested in combat and allows interference with the signals of Russian air defense radars, making it considerably more difficult to detect and intercept drones equipped with it. By sharing this technology, Great Britain will not only allow Ukraine to manufacture the systems on a large scale, but will also give it access to its software to enable the integration of feedback obtained on the battlefield, thus allowing the system to evolve continuously. The dismantling of Russian air defense systems continues, as in a nighttime operation carried out between July 25th and 26th. The operators of the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine tracked, attacked, and destroyed 2 critical components of a Russian long-range S-400 Triumph surface-to-air missile system deployed in Crimea. The GUR operators located the battery and attacked a transporter erector launcher vehicle and the 96L6 all-altitude target acquisition radar. The images show both systems engulfed in secondary explosions and fires after the attacks, confirming the destruction of these high-value assets. The 96L6 radar is a vital sensor within the S-400 architecture. Operating in the S-band, it is designed to detect and track aerial targets such as aircraft, cruise missiles, and ballistic threats, at distances of up to approximately 300 kilometers, and at altitudes from low altitude to the stratosphere. It can simultaneously handle dozens of targets. Eliminating 2 systems significantly degrades the battery's ability to direct fire control radars and engage incoming threats, effectively blinding part of Russia's layered air defense network on the peninsula. Analysis of NASA's firm's satellite records indicates the presence of fires during the night of the attack, with areas generally associated with S-400 deployments along the northern approach to the Kerch Strait, which matches the location described in Ukrainian reports. If the defenders are attacking the air defenses of the strait, we will surely see activity in the area soon. In any case, the mosquitoes of the 421st Sapsan Unmanned Systems Battalion, they not only go after the Horde's high-value anti-aircraft assets, but also dedicate part of their attention to deputinizing the homemade devices that the orcs at the front invent, grafting machine guns and anti-aircraft cannons of all kinds onto all sorts of vehicles, like in this case where they mounted a heavy machine gun on the bed of a farm truck, which is quickly sent to the metal recycling plant. A second drone comes in to confirm that the job has been completed, finding the contraption fully in party mode. Good job, guys. If you want to see additional content about the war in Ukraine, I invite you to visit our 2 new channels where we present information about the war in a different format. Don't forget to check them out. Remember to visit our Patreon, where for just $1 you'll have access to a large number of uncensored videos and documentaries. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel